What's wrong with you?
Oh, how was your day, Damien? My day, Tanya? My day was amazing. Thanks for asking. I got another fucking no from a job today. Actually, 2 jobs. 2 jobs said, fuck you. Oh, and on the way home, I had a little run-in with 5-0. They got a little free spirit with their hands. And my face.
I was wondering why you look like that.
But you didn't ask. Because you don't care.
I care.
Yeah, right.
It's just, it's always something up with you. Always. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out when things are going to turn around.
Yeah. Turn around.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's how you feel?
What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place in the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time seeing me, definitely follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter at A Connection TV. Excuse me, how do you turn down the iPhone? Jesus. Anyways, yeah, Instagram and Twitter at A Connection TV. Like this video, leave comments under this video because I'm gonna talk about a plethora of things, and yeah, subscribe because it's free to do. If you saw the clip before this, I run my own platform, an online streaming network called WatchACTV.com. It would be amazing if you could go and support that as well, because the more supporters I'm able to obtain, the more I'm able to do. Without supporters, I can't do anything. But yeah, so for those of you that have followed me since 2005 and in between anywhere or then or whatever, you should know that I've done a plethora of videos. I talk about any and everything, and I started my YouTube journey basically doing vlogs about my personal life. I've shied away from that because some of y'all are a bit crazy out there in regards to getting into the nitty-gritty of personal things, but you know, something has been on my heart lately, so I wanted to talk about it. And it's more or less it's more of an acknowledgement on life and the progression of life and how to move on and how the hell do you turn the notifications on silent? I just turned the thing down. Like, God, Jesus, why is it still doing that? I have an iPhone and I don't like my iPhone. I'm a Galaxy kid. Anyways, Galaxy is just so easier. Jesus. So I am newly single, okay? And you know, I feel like people, you know, part ways for a plethora of reasons, many reasons. And it's been interesting being single, right? I feel like when you break up with someone, you should definitely, I feel like if you get to a point where you need to break up with someone, then there's clearly a definitive reason. I'm not like a Blueface and Krishan where we like fighting each other, beating each other up, and then we go back to each other, fighting each other, beating each other up, and then we go back to each other, fighting each other, beating each other up, and then we go back to each other. No, I'm not really sure why they continue to hang on to each other. I really don't get it. With all the stuff that's been thrown out there in the public, for public consumption, why aren't any of them leaving that situation, right? And you know, that's why I kind of like titled this Exes and Lessons. I feel like in any situation that you get into with a person, you can definitely learn some lessons from it, right? Or at least I will hope you would learn some lessons from it and like guide yourself or put yourself in a better position moving forward. I would hope. A lot of people don't do that, but you know, I've been trying to rationalize with myself and understanding, you know, my current position. And mentally, it just hasn't been a healthy space. And I have realized that it's been self-inflicting. Like, no one is making me go in and out, you know, of any kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just been interesting trying to navigate that. On top of that, you know, running a business, running a company, trying to be motivating to myself and not needing or wanting for anyone to help me along the way in terms of like motivation. Relationships are hard. And let me go about saying that If your relationship is hard, you should not be in it. I'm a firm believer that love shelters you from all that. Like, your relationship should not be difficult. Your relationship should not be work. Like, I feel like you should be connecting with people that you genuinely vibe with and that y'all are on the same wavelength with. You know what I'm saying? And if you aren't, then, you know, all the other relationships will be like, well, that's where the work comes in, Wes, and you got to sacrifice and you got to compromise. Nope. Bull crap. I do not believe that. And all, you know, for the marriages that have lasted 25 years, 30 years, 40 years, and they're talking about compromising and it's been hard work, there's been some cheating in that. There's been some physical abuse in that. There's been some verbal abuse in that. There's been some, you know, stuff you doing to a person that you naturally don't want to do to a person. And if there hasn't, if it's been squeaky clean and all of that's been joyful, joy, we adore thee, then that means that there's none of what I just listed, right? Because y'all are actually on the same wavelength. So those relationships and those marriages do last. But I'm talking about the marriages that, the Tiny and T.I. marriages. I don't want that. I don't want none of that. I don't want the Krishan and Blueface relationships. I don't want none of that. I don't want the Ike and Tina. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want those relationships that have been together for 40 years and then they come talk about me. Well, it's been a lot of work. Nope. I don't want a lot of work for 40, 35, 40 years. I don't want none of it. I want the relationship like there was a couple on a Virgin Voyage trip that I came across, and they were just so happy and peaceful, and like they've been together for a long time. And that's all they, you know, why they've been together, because they get each other, they understand each other, they're on the same wavelength, you know, and they've supported each other over the years. That's miraculous. That's amazing. You know, that's something to look forward to. But I'm never going to get in another relationship that has me putting in work to be in it. And there's nothing to say against the opposite person, because, you know, if that person wasn't a benefit to me, then I'm sure I wasn't a benefit to them either. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like what they normally like, what they normally would go for, what they would mutually connect with, right? What I will say, though, is that I am a person that completely lays the foundation for anyone to stand on and progress in life, period. I've done that and I do that. That is me. In terms of like survival and getting through and just having somebody that will take care of shit. Like, that's me, okay? Am I difficult to be with? Yeah, I am. That's because if you're not like, and even like if you're not right there with me, if we aren't in sync, then it's gonna be difficult. And I feel like that's like that for any relationship. The lessons that I've learned is that, you know, I definitely want to, moving forward, focus on me, hone in on me and understand who I am as a person. Not even understand who I am as a person, but respect who I am as a person, so that I'm not out here just trying to connect with any and everybody just for the sake of connecting with any and everybody, if that makes sense. And I feel like if I'm not ready to be in a relationship, then I shouldn't be in a relationship, right? Common sense, but you know, sometimes sense is not common in a lot of ways. And so for me, that's the lesson learned. You know, as I move forward and progress forward, any and everything that's not a benefit to my soul, I'm no longer connecting with. And any and everything that it's just not two puzzle pieces coming together, I'm good on. You know, and that should make sense. It just didn't. But that should make sense for any and everyone. I feel like everyone should want somebody who they genuinely connect with and vibe with. Because love comes in a lot of ways, right? And I feel like you can love someone, clearly, Krishan and Blueface. There's that kind of love, right? There's that kind of love. And then there's the Huxtable kind of love. You know, was that, you know, land of make-believe? A TV of make-believe world? Whatever I want to say, I don't know. But I feel like the Huxtable love is out there. And one day I will find it, you know? But what I will say is that if love ever was in the relationship or in y'all's relationship, when y'all separate, there should never be any kind of hatred or anything coming your way. You shouldn't have people out there trying to ruin your name, talk about your image, talk about you, talk about the inner dealings of your relationship and the difficulties of it all. Because why? Like, that just doesn't make sense. That just doesn't make sense at all. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't that bad if you were in the relationship, right? At least that's how I feel about it. It couldn't have been that catastrophic if you was in the relationship. So yeah, listen to people out there that y'all should learn. Don't, when you're done with the relationship and it's completely over and you've accepted that it's completely over, don't be out here trying to dredge up old crap when you're not with that person anymore. It just doesn't make sense, and I don't understand that. But anyways, segueing then right into the perfect couple that I'm actually describing here. Chrisean and Blue Rock. Chrisean and Blueface. Anyways, I don't really have a lot to say about them, but him, he was out on the neighborhood talk. Well, not on the neighborhood talk, but the neighborhood talk be taking people's stuff and posting it on their Instagram and making money. Neighborhood talk posted Blueface addressing the gays and saying that the gays are showing up in his DMs, spreading their butt cheeks open. And, as much as he respects the LGBTQ community, he doesn't want people to do that. And he's asking the gays to stop. I don't know who's out there really doing that. Blueface is Blueface. But different strokes for different folks. I'm not sending him booty cheeks. I would send him the front before I send him the back. But that's neither here nor over there somewhere. I don't want no parts of him. And the way he treats Chrisean, why would y'all even want to, a lot of gays be loving the straight boys. A lot of gays be thinking they can turn the straight boys. A lot of gays like them rough around the edges, dirt behind the ears, dirt under the fingernails, only change his drawers every 2 days kind of men. And, I don't understand that, but it's not for me to understand. It's for you to make sure you don't catch nothing. And so, I don't know. What I will say is, though, I'm appreciative of how he addressed it because I think he was very respectful on how he approached it. He was like, I like the gays, y'all look cool, but stay out my DMs. And he's like, now I have to filter my DMs now. And I'm like, I'm shocked that it's just now happening. I'm shocked because, I would have thought that it would have been happening, but I guess not. I guess they see that, Chrisean don't know how to wash clothes because she be tired when she come home. So says she. So they trying to tell you that them booty cakes that they got can wash them clothes for you. As long as you spread them booty cakes open. I don't know. Is that, I don't know. I don't see nothing sexy about a blue or a red face. I just don't get it. And then, because this video is about relationships, let's go on into Tamar and Kandi. Now, and Todd and the white man. I don't know the white man's name. All I know is that he got a little soul in him because I saw the video that she posted when she was explaining her side of the situation, and the dude was apparently shaking his head, and she was like, why are you shaking your head? He was like, well, you don't do that to a woman. And so I had to address him like a man, and he started apologizing. I'm like, ooh, but he had some blackness in his throat. So I was like, oh, that's why she married him. Because he not some old corporate, hi, I'm Tom. He wasn't giving that. He was giving, stay away from my wife before I have to put hands on you. That's what the man was getting. And can y'all leave the man name in the comments, because I don't know the man name. But that's what he was giving in the video. And I was like, uh-oh, Todd. Uh-oh now. Now I've seen Todd in person. Todd is a shorty. He low on the thick side, but not like thick like he got food pop, but he like thick like not skinny. And not thick like muscle, but thick like he eat. You know what I'm saying? And he's short. I think he kind of like Kandi, to be honest. They kind of favor each other. In terms of like size, and I'm not trying to be funny, but in terms of like size and like, you can see that working in the bedroom for whatever they do in the bedroom. Whatever they do there. You can see it working. But Tamar has the innate ability of regurgitating everything that happens in her life. That's how she makes her money. She makes her money by being in the public and being accessible, whether through music or, like she said, her 5 Emmy nominations for journalism. It's talking on The View chaotically and in your own personal way or whatever. That's journalism. Giving your opinion about stuff. Did she ever? Whatever. She's 5 Emmy nominated. I don't know if she got any wins, but suffice it to say, she felt it compelled to state that because she is a 5 Emmy nominated journalist, that she can't just be out here saying that something's a lie or something's the truth if she don't know whether it's a lie or the truth. I would think that you being nominated, Emmy nominated, ain't got nothing to do with that. I mean, that's just facts. If you don't really know the true dealings of something, you can't really call someone a liar. And, there's always 3 sides to a story. The Kandi's version, the man with the crown version. What is his name? King Chrome? Contact lens. I don't know what the man's name is. Kern, Stern. Something, whatever the man, I think it's Chrome. Whatever the man's name is Kandi's version, his version, and what the God know to be the truth. So if she don't know the God know to be the truth, she can't really offer much of insight. And so I think that's what she was saying about whatever it was that was happening between Kandi and the boy. And so for Kandi to have an attitude with that, I can really understand that. But maybe because Tamar is messy, maybe she kind of alluded in a way to favor the boy over Kandi. And maybe that's what Kandi had a problem with. I don't know. According to Tamar, Kandi approached her on some rah-rah stuff. And in my mind, I'm like, all y'all millionaires. Like, y'all can't act according? In my mind. Y'all all got kids. Y'all can't act according? In my mind. Y'all are all of age. In your 40s. Y'all can't act according? Well, I know Kandi is. I don't know how old Tamar is. She act like she's 23, but she don't look 23. So I don't know how old she is. But y'all arguing in the back hallway of this place. Now y'all creating a scene. That should have been something that people should have recorded. Everybody, all these millennials and celestials and alphabet X's or whatever they called out here, recording every little Tom, Dick, and Harry that got an interaction on the phone. You mean to tell me no one pulled out a phone to record that? That we got to have Tamar, one of the messiest public personalities out here in media world, tell us the story. I mean, she painted Kandi to a T. Like, Tamar is a good actress. So Tamar gave her a great gave a great take on how Kandi is. Wow, all of that. She did Kandi quite well. So I could grab some truth from what she was saying. I just don't really understand that at Kandi's age, if the way it happened was the way Tamar said it happened. I mean, Kandi kind of, admitted that they exchanged words. So I'm kind of feeling like Tamar was, being honest in that particular sentiment. But in my mind, like, why you can't just tell her how you feel about it and walk away? Why it got to be all this rah-rah? I don't understand that. I mean, why in today's world does anything have to be really rah-rah? I'm very anti-black versus black on all accounts. I really don't appreciate it. Don't think it makes sense, especially, when you add into the dynamic. Usually the excuse is, oh, West, we're dealing with people that really ain't got much. Or, oh, West, we're dealing with people that are disenfranchised and, systematically oppressed and blah. We talk about millionaires at an event acting stupid. That's what we talking about. So ain't nobody oppressed, ain't nobody going through nothing. These bras live in mansions. They up here arguing over some stupid he said, she said, and people can't have their own opinion. So in my mind, I'm like, why can't Kandi got businesses, multiple businesses? You mean to tell me that that's how she gonna conduct herself because Tamar had an opinion? That to me makes no sense. And who is that don't make no sense, I don't know where the white man was in this particular setting, but he wasn't there. And so apparently Todd, so says Tamar, Tadina or Tadisha, whatever she called him, came and took took Kandi away or, walked away with Kandi and said something along the lines as what it is. And so, I don't know. What it is can't, to me, be a threat in terms of like he coming for her. I wouldn't, what it is, meaning it could be a lot more other things before I think of me Ty about to put hands on Tamar. Like what? Just in my opinion, I'm not telling Tamar how to feel, but just Mama Joyce be running rampant on Todd, and Todd ain't never been like, what it is to Mama Joyce. So I can't really see her. And Mama Joyce done said some crazy disparaging things about this man. So why would out of nowhere Todd just walk up to Tamar and be like, you know what it is, I got these paws for you? That don't make sense to me. But because the situation was on an escalated scenario, I can see how Tamar was like, ooh, oh my God, Todd is coming to me. I get that. But I don't see Todd doing that. I really don't. He had way more other women to come to run down on before Tamar Braxton. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just, speaking on relationships, because this video is about relationships, Todd had Kandi back, which should have just been her front, and she should have just been a grown woman and just explained how she felt about things instead of acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, in my opinion. But then the white brother with the soul came and apparently checked Todd, talked to Todd and said, that's not how you talk to a woman, and apparently Todd apologized. I mean, I guess, whatever. I wasn't there, and they don't got no video footage to prove anyone right or indifferent or wrong. But I don't know. I just feel like relationships are a lot. Like, even in the scenario I gave in the beginning, dealing with Chrisean Rock and Blueface, and now Tamar, Kandi, and the men that got to deal with the women arguing with each other. That's just too much work. And if all of that is involved in relationships, I just want to be single for a long time. Just want to be single for a long time. I am one man trying to make the world move in the way that I can. But all I want in life is to just be successful in entertainment and create a platform that Black people can go to and see themselves on TV without any crazy crap. I just want to provide solid entertainment to my people, and have them love it, genuinely love it. That's all I want. I want my actors to be successful. I want my actors to be rich off my platform, and I do pay my actors. Okay, so I've actually paid a lot of money to my actors. So let's just get that off. Let's just make that clear. But it's difficult because, my main base are, African American and Black people don't necessarily run to support a lot of things. Like it's hard to get the Black audience to support. I want to shout out everybody that has been supporting this far and that still are supporting, because the only way that I can move forward is with your support through Watch ACTV. So I definitely appreciate it. But I want y'all to leave y'all comments below before this video becomes a really long video. Leave your comments below about the topics. Have you learned any lessons from your ex situations? How do you feel about Blueface addressing the gays? And how do you feel about Tamar and Kandi acting crazy and they millionaires? Leave your comments below. Deuces.